in the Trademark Atrium and our partnership with them. And this gal next to me is no exception. She is a featured exhibitor and designer that is inside Brand Assembly with Jewelry by Bloom. This is Stacey McElhaney Rogers. And Stacey, first of all, thanks for braving it and coming on DMC TV with me this morning.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I know, first of all, Brand Assembly is such a rock star group of not only exhibitors and designers. So visit with me just about the culture of Brand Assembly and having Jewelry by Bloom represented in Brand Assembly.
Of course. So we started with Brand Assembly several years ago, and as soon as we set up our first display, we realized this is our home. We love the way that they curate the show. We love the brands that they've got. Everybody is so nice and friendly. I mean, it's our family away from home.
Yeah, like we've been talking about all morning, it's communities, and I really feel like Brand Assembly is a community. But specific to Jewelry by Bloom, this is a really great company, and it's something that you start with one of your girlfriends started back in 2007. You came from the retail side of things. You were a boutique owner, and your girlfriend was designing this awesome jewelry.
Yep.
Visit with us about the inspiration behind Jewelry by Bloom and just really how it's continued to expand.
Absolutely. So Lindsay started the company, as you mentioned, on her own. It had started off as a hobby when she was a teenager, and while she was in business school, she had some credits to fulfill and created this fictitious company called Bloom Jewelry. Next thing you know, it took off. She was a one-woman show for quite some time, and I carried her line in my store. And over the years, we became friends. When it was time for a new chapter in my life, the two of us partnered up, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Yes.
I love that. And, you know, especially with all the women that we've had on DMC TV Live today, it's just women empowerment. It's like an awesome girl gang, and you and Lindsay's relationship certainly exudes that. But what's unique to Bloom Jewelry is just all of the really, really great pieces. They're all handmade. They're artisan pieces. And what I love is they're made and manufactured right in Denver.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, yeah. We brought our head of production on a few years ago, maybe like in 2013, and she did most of it for herself, but now we are a team of 12 that's in the studio making
awesome.
everything. Yeah.
That is really great. So speak to me, because I know you source really from all over the globe.
We do.
And so speak to the pieces just a little bit in the products.
Sure. When we go on our trips, we find inspiration in the stones, what's new. Of course, we've got our eye on what the color trends are looking like, but after you've been going for quite some time and you know what you want to be looking for,
Right.
it's at the very base where we find our inspiration. Then we bring it home, start working with it, laying it out, playing with it, and the collection's born from there.
Well, and speaking of laying out all of the material, I admire that so much because, you know, in your About Us section on your website, I did cruise around there just a little bit, but I loved it because you don't draw out or sketch out anything. I mean, you take the raw materials and you just start playing.
Mm-hmm. We don't create a recipe card until we have the finished product. So for us, the process is really hands-on.
I love that. Well, Stacey, thank you so much for joining me on DMC TV this morning. And if you are in the building and haven't had an opportunity to swing by, please do. I think you will be, it's a wow factor over here at the Trademark Atrium, that's for sure. I want to thank all of you again for joining me. And be sure to stop by here tomorrow morning. We're going to be on at 9 a.m. with more special guests. We'll see you then.